Awakening. Chapter 4. Doctor to Doctor. I sat down in the comfortable office chair and settled in for what I knew would be a long and hard conversation. So, give me the bad news first, please. Let's just get it out of the way. As a doctor myself, I know the importance of ripping the Band-Aid off. She took out a pair of glasses and then put them on as she took out Andy's notes and handed them over to me. He will always have a bit of instability due to his injury, and his intelligence will never go down. And he is, by all means, a good person with a hefty personality disorder. He has BPD, and the bad news is he might not heal from it because of his traumatic brain injury. But I hope with the proper medication and ongoing therapy that he can mitigate his symptoms. He also has the most severe CPTSD of any patient I have ever seen and struggles with a severe form of depression and anxiety. I flipped through the notes and ultimately handed them back. So, Doc, is there any chance of a relationship with him? That's my biggest concern. If I were to break his heart, I think it would kill him. She took her glasses off and looked at me with sadness. She didn't need to articulate what her eyes told me. I can't say for sure, but if you are to engage in a relationship with him, just know that it won't be easy, and if he doesn't do therapy and or take his meds, he might not be a risk only to himself, but to you as well. I just started to feel numb anger when she said that. Well, what the fuck was the point of survival then? She sighed deeply and opened the window. I can't say, Seb. Truly, I can't. But if you need to smoke, go ahead. I know it's breaking the protocols, but you're clearly in pain. I nodded and pulled out a joint, and she went to block the bottom of the door with her shirt. Need to take the edge off, Doc? She smiled. If I wasn't on the clock and had people's lives in my hands, I would, but if you have a cigarette, I'll gladly take that. I nodded and started to cry as I handed her a Lucky Red. Why, God? Why make me fall for a nice man to only keep it out of grasp? Fuck you! I saw the pain in Lili's eyes, and I had my quiet outburst. If I might make a suggestion, test the waters and try. That way you can exhaust all options, but I don't want to lie to you and say that it'll work. It's a risk, but one worthy of both of your time. I wiped the tears away and looked out the window as Sparky was sleeping peacefully and lightly snoring. But that would only break his heart if it weren't to work, and also to risk him becoming suicidal or homicidal at worst. She nodded, seeming to understand. That's also very true. I can't tell you how to go about this, because I'd normally advise against a relationship like this. But then again, this is no normal world anymore, and all those pretenses have been burned away. I nodded and quickly finished the joint, throwing the remains out the window. I stood up and extended my hand to shake, which Lili did. I'm sorry for making you break the rules. She smiled. Who said you made me? I smiled again. We let the room air out some more before opening the door. Thank you again, Doctor. I appreciate the honesty, and sorry I'm such a mess. She nodded and walked me back to Gordon and Han. Andy was standing there, and he could sense the news by the look on my face. Guys, you mind giving me a few minutes to talk with Seb in private? Lili, Gordon, and Han nodded, and Lili closed and locked the kitchen, allowing us to have the hard heart-to-heart. I sat down at the table as Andy made 2 cups of coffee. He walked over with the cups, and I could sense that he was holding back his own tears. He handed me my cup and sat down. It's not good news, is it, Seb? I nodded. He started to tear up, and I grasped a hold of his hands. But it doesn't mean that I'm not willing to try and make it work. He looked relieved. I'm happy to hear that, Seb, but are you sure? Lili told me earlier that I might be a risk to both of us, and it's not entirely unfounded, as I have threatened you before. I nodded. I'm willing to live and fail with you, even if it kills us while we try, because I can't live without you, nor do I want to. We hugged, and it wasn't the place to kiss, but again, I wanted to. I love you so much, Seb. I hugged him back. I love you too, Andy.